Hello everybody! So in this session we are going to be learning how to convert between denary and binary. And the first thing we need to know is what number system we use. Now it can be referred to a few different things. You've got denary or denary as some people say, you've got decimal or base 10. Now the reason it gets called base 10 is probably the most accurate name for it, and that's because we use 10 different values in our number system. So we've got from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now the binary number system can be referred to as base 2, and that's because it's only got two different values that it can possibly be, which is a 1 or a 0. Now for the sake of your exam, you only need to be able to do up to 1 byte of information, which our maximum binary number that we are going to be able to make with that will be the denary 255. Now you're going to want to always draw this table out in your exam because it will help you with your conversions. So if you ever see a binary conversion, there's lots of space on your paper, just draw this table out. You've got note pages at the back. You just want to use the time. You've got plenty of time. Don't try and just do it in your head. Just make sure you do the conversion to double check your answer. And this is what it looks like. Now, if you're no good with powers of 2, which all of these are, you can just start at the right hand side with the number 1 and you can keep on doubling it until you get to 128. So we're going to start with 1, we double it to get 2, we double it to get 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So here's how we would write the number 1 in binary. And as you can see, I've written it as a byte. I've got 7 zeros, and then my final one, I've put a 1 there because I needed that top value from the headings in that table to represent what a 1 looks like in binary. Now let's try it with the value 2. So I've got 0 for the first 6 this time, but then I've got a 1 where the 2 is, because that's what number I'm trying to make now. I didn't need the 1 value at the end, so I've got a 0 there now. So we're going up one at a time. So here's how we would write 3 out in binary, because I've got a 1 in both the 1 column and the 2 column. That means that I've written out the binary for the denary 3. Let's look at a couple more examples. So if this was an exam question, convert the denary 88 into binary. So again, we're going to start by writing out our conversion table. So what we need to look at is which of these numbers do we need to add up to make 88. Now we know that 128 is too big. Okay, that one's it's over the value 88, so we don't need that one. However, we do want 64. That's the highest number that can fit into 88. So we need to try and make another 24 out of what we've got left. So 32 is too high. But if I add 16, that's going to bring me to 80. So we're really close now. Okay, so we're currently at 80. Now if I add another 8, we have made it. Okay, that's all we would need to make the number 88. However, we've not given our answer in a byte yet. So we would need to finish this off, and we would put a 0 in the remaining columns there. We're going to look at another one which is a little bit trickier, but it's only tricky because it's quite a relatively high number, and you're not allowed to use a calculator in your exam, unfortunately. So you do need to be able to do this addition yourself. Now don't forget, you can use your note pages to do any addition in any way you want. It's usually a 2-mark answer when you do a conversion like this, and each mark makes a massive difference in computer science, so don't make any mistakes with your adding up. Now the first trick that we're going to go for is that these two, 128 add 64, these two add up to 192. So if you can remember that, you are going to save yourself quite a lot of your battle straight away, because you're dealing with quite big numbers here. And the tricky bit is where people are going to try and add numbers to go over the 200 mark. But that just comes with practice, that the more of these that you do in your head, you will get much faster at doing these. So at that point, we know we need to use both of these because we are trying to make 209 and we're currently at 192. If I added 32 to that, we'd be way over, so we're not going to need that one. However, if I add 16 to that one, that's going to bring us to 208, which puts me really close to our answer. So all I need to do now is find another 1. So we can put a 0 for all of these here. And finally, we need a 1, and we've made 209. Now, what happens if we get it the other way round and they give you the binary number and they say convert this into a denary number? Now, if anything, this is actually easier because all you've got to do is write out that binary number into your conversion table. So we're going to do it just underneath. So 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 like this. Okay, and again, this comes into your practice of adding everything up where there's a 1. So 128 add 32 is going to give us 160. We're going to add 16 to that, which gives us 176. We're going to add 4 to that, which gives us 180. So this is the binary for the denary, 180. Okay, so to finish with, we've got some questions just to practice your conversions, which are relatively straightforward. So our first one, convert the denary 45 into binary. Second question is convert the denary 112 into binary. Question 3, convert the denary 231 into binary. And then I've got 3 binary conversions as well there for you. So be sure to use your binary conversion table, and I'll see you in the next session.